If you fail to notice, the general election is imminent. On the 7th of May, we'll be headed for the polls, and at this point, it's still anyone's race. But which party has the interests of the property industry at heart? That's the question that dominated proceedings as 200 people descended into the new West End development, Fitzroy Place, for Estates Gazette's London Question Time debate. Our panellists with wide and varied views address the matter.
And what concerns me most is something that most people in UK don't pay enough attention to. And I'd like the audience to note that never before in the post-war history have the developed top 10 countries seen such an increase in youth unemployment. One way possibly to get rid of it, the Labour Party would say, would be decrease inequality. The Conservative argument again is going to be growth. So I do think both parties have something to say for housing. It depends on which angle of housing you look at.
If it's about the supply of affordable housing, and if you think about the recent announcement by Labour on the private rented sector side and sort of bringing in rent controls, that is going to squeeze off the supply pipeline. Okay, so I think perversely, or certainly contradicting perhaps some of the panelists here, I think the Conservatives would be better for residential.
Now, on the negative side, if you're, if you vote Labour, you're getting rent controls you talked about earlier. But if you vote for the Tories, you're getting a potential EU exit, and you're getting the right to buy, which we saw earlier has really fallen flat as a policy. And I think that policy, from a finance point of view, we do a fair amount in social housing, and that's going to really complicate the financing of the social housing market.
Well into the debate, governance continued to rouse opinion. With the London mayoral election 12 months away, the panellists had strong ideas about who should step into Boris Johnson's shoes.
I think Michael Bloomberg has put his hat in the ring. Interesting choice.
I wouldn't be pressed on an individual, although I would actually really quite like to see an all-female ticket. I think that would actually make a change to the way that the office is run. I think it's a very sorry state of affairs if we have to actually go abroad to find candidates to stand.
The first point I would make is Boris is our mayor at the moment. Ken was our mayor before that. Think about what I'm saying. First names. These people are characters. These people are personalities. And to replace either of them, actually, I think would be quite difficult.
But with the general election just days away, have the Davids and Eds managed to capture voters' attention?
I think, personally, I'm a keen political observer, I think this is the most boring election that I've ever seen. It's controlled, no one's punching anyone, no eggs are being thrown, and Nigel Farage has been very quiet, which is surprising. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's been very quiet.
This is Rebecca Kent reporting for Estates Gazette.